What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Another issue,
Additioner.
another installment. Holy Sky Football Podcast. Bowl season continued. We'll be wrapping up what's left of it. In more ways than one.
Is that the zero sugar green tea right there, Dan? Citrus green tea. The zero sugars citrus green tea.
Looks like there are actually 25 sugars.
Late night for Danberg.
Could be.
I'm actually AY coming to you from the beautiful state capital, the blue state, the Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, to my west. D-Berg, what's up?
Ready to finish this thing off. It's been crazy, but ready to settle all hash.
All hashes will be settled.
Yes, Can to my east. What's up? What's up, brother?
Brother.
Hey, brother.
Brother, it has been a good day of football, I think, so far. I enjoyed that Auburn-Houston game. That was good.
Defensive struggle with some drama.
Hoping I don't fly down to Tampa and find out that neither team is playing the bowl game. That would be disappointing.
That would be a trip for not for the ages, rather.
Not for the. There'll be a Rutgers Penn State Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would say you could catch a lightning game, but who knows?
No, is NHL canceled right now?
I know. Yeah, so I said, but who knows?
Who knows? All right, here we go. Practice observations from Roll Prep. What do you think happened down there? They look like they're playing, so I'm looking forward to it.
It's good.
Yeah, should be good.
Air Force just made a field goal. Okay.
Good job. A couple of long third down conversions for the Astros. Oh, my gosh, he barely snuck that in there. AY is ahead of me.
So where we left, we're starting tonight on the 30th, but I guess what happened between last time we spoke and now, the main thing for me, Christmas was basically ruined with Hawaii Bowl being canceled.
Terrible.
The Rainbows, the Warriors, basically staged a coup against the fraud.
Mutiny. If there's a Grinch of college football, it would be Todd Graham.
He is the Grinch.
Was that was the 23rd, wasn't it? That they canceled it the day before?
It came out. Oh, yeah, this was, 9 o'clock, I think it hit, thereabouts.
So that was something. Besides that, I mean, some games have been canceled, actually left and right. All sports are suffering. Premier League's being ravaged.
It's a tough one.
It's like Tara Twellman. What are we doing? But we push on, we persevere, we pick the games that are ahead of us. And we hope they happen. I haven't really watched much, but I'll start to pick up some of these games now.
We'll turn it on here soon. We get stronger in the bowl season.
Especially with these beefy slates as the midweek commences here tomorrow. Will be good. A good few days.
Absolutely.
Anything to report, Cam?
Nothing too much. It sounds like the teams have landed in Miami and Miami and Dallas, and
yep.
They're trying not to catch the COVID, so hopefully we will have some semifinals and a national championship after that, I hope.
I did see something, that mentioned they're closing off practice, or they closed off practice yesterday and let the speculating begin as to why. So
the opt-outs are the news du jour, right? You got Jaquan Brisker, Jahan Dotson, and I think that's about it. Brandon Smith, sorry, the linebacker also opting out for Penn State. They're all skipping next year, though. Jaquan Brisker did not have a year for next year. The other two did, I think, have another year.
Let me just cut in here. Hey, are you watching this kid try and do push-ups right now?
Yeah, pathetic.
I mean, he's like 9 years old. Sorry, go back to the what time are we at here? 5:28 mark of the Louisville Air Force game.
Not
Force,
good.
excuse me.
Not good.
Pathetic.
Pathetic.
Sorry, go ahead, Kate. With your Brisker update.
I mean, it sounds like Rasheed Walker is down there, but on crutches. So that I think bodes well for him coming back next year. I think that would be a nice piece. Musty from Penn State also seeming like he's coming back. So I know Joey Porter Jr. and Jair Brown both announcing that they're coming back as well, though I don't think many people thought they were going. So thank you for clarifying. Penn State, I mean, if Rasheed Walker comes back and he's, in decent health, I think that's a big win for them. And they would basically, out of all the people expected to go, they would have gotten back most of them except for one, Brandon Smith, right, going. That would be good. Elsewhere, Olave and Garrett Wilson both opting out of the Rose Bowl. I forget where we all stand on it. I know we've already talked about Walker and Pickett being out for the Peach Bowl. Do you think there's any way we're talking about the Rose Bowl here, basically the best bowl game of all of them, right?
Yep. Pound for pound.
Pound for pound. If you're not talking playoffs, Rose Bowl, you would think would be the one that players would want to play in. Is there anything that we can do to guard it? I've seen people saying, NIL deals to pay the player to be there, but like if they're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars for a signing bonus that they're putting on the line there, is it worth it? I don't know. We may not see a full strength team in big bowl games ever again, which is sad, I think.
I mean, the other thing too, there's the financial, if you just compare that, but also, I mean, those guys also just played, right? Was that 3 years ago? Whenever they played Washington.
That's true. They 2018.
So they also got to experience that. They went to the national championship. So I think in the case of these Ohio State guys, it's really hard to come up with a concoction just for them specifically.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's weird. So for instance, I'll give you just Damari Mathis, another one who opted out for Pitt, defensive back.
Day-Marie
of the Peach Bowl. So if they were to try and incentivize him to play, what is the real benefit? I mean, it's not like people are. So it kind of goes both ways, right? The bowls obviously make stupid amounts of money for a one-off, but when you think of it from their perspective, okay, well, if we cut Damari Mathis into the deal, what are we getting out of that? Like, people aren't going to tune in to watch him,
No.
So it's very hard to kind of figure out. I think that I always just say about expanding the playoff. If you want to protect the prestige of your bowl, it's probably the way to go. Because then if those guys aren't playing, then they're just assholes. Foregoing a chance to win a national championship, in theory, that's an asshole move.
In theory.
Yeah, not that Kenny Pickett or Damari Mathis, they'd probably say otherwise, but realistically, they'd have a shot at winning it all. But if they passed this up to get ready for the Senior Bowl or whatever else they're going, it's I don't know. It's tough.
Hey, what were you saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a way we can lure them into playing. I think, Dan, it's like you said best with Pickett and Mathis. Like, no one's really going to see Mathis besides his family and friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or watching or anything, any other benefit.
Yeah. The only way, just on the top of my head, I would think maybe if they are on an NIL deal and if that's working like a contract of sorts, then it's in their contract. Hey, we're paying you X amount of money. We expect you to fulfill every game that your team plays. I don't know if they can build that into deals. If players would agree to that, I'm actually waiting for it to go one step farther, and because it's going to happen at some point. Who is going to be the first player to skip out on a playoff game or a championship game?
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. I really don't.
I feel like it's going to at some point. Just thinking like a number one surefire, like say a few years ago, Trevor Lawrence
Yeah.
like a number one pick, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, who already won a national championship.
Yeah, and he's going back. He's like, what are we doing here?
True. Yeah.
I mean,
that would be
as far fetched as it sounds, I feel like all it takes is one kid, and I feel like one kid eventually is going to do that.
Spencer Rattler for shock value. I don't know. We'll see.
Or it could even be like a linebacker. Who knows? Maybe like a lesser. But
news from Birmingham. Dana Holgerson says Birmingham was great. He mentions the stadium, the ball committee, and the accommodations. Quote, the food could have been better.
Noted.
Honest.
What could they have been serving him? This guy, I don't know if he actually eats. He just
I would say he drinks Red Bull and eats Little Debbie's.
What could they have given him that it wasn't good? That the food could have been better.
So I'll sneak in my news since we missed it. Obviously, it would have had a little bit more bite to it if we had gone last week. But Pitt bringing in a Slovis from USC, Keaton Slovis, and then the offensive line returning. Kadon. Yeah, so we'll see how that works. Hard not to draw comparisons back to Max Brown. That didn't go great, but I think
But it did lead to a Heisman candidate.
That's true. The dominoes were there.
Push the pillars, Dan. Push the pillars.
He's coming into a much better situation with Jordan Essen being there, and then the offensive line coming back. New coordinator that we don't know who that's going to be yet. It's exciting. I mean, it builds buzz. I like the other two quarterbacks they have. Obviously, one, if not both, are going to be transferring in all likelihood because Slovis, I believe, has 2 years left of eligibility. So, and you would think that the general consensus out there is there were assurances made that he would be the starting quarterback. So excited for Nick Patty to come out and throw for 400 yards and then transfer to Arkansas or something.
He'll go wherever Chaney's at.
Yeah, Chaney Solutions.
The Ville looking to be the first P5 team to win a bowl game.
Comeback is on. So, that's all I got. I think that's all I have. So just keeping a close eye on who the new offensive coordinator will be, and then we'll go from there. Should I segue into my game off of that?
I think you go right into it. Yeah.
Is it decent since we are on the 30th and there's no need to build it up?
Well, we don't want to go over the games leading up to it, or you just want to go right into it?
Well, it's the same day at least.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, and I just talked about Pitt, so might as well. Nick Patty's already mentioned getting the start. Probably, depending on how it goes, probably have he and Davis Bevel, getting some action.
David
Bevel was the story, the second story coming out of the spring game this year. He had a great second half, I believe. Israel Banacanda also had a good game in the spring game, but obviously haven't needed to see much of him, thank goodness, because of Kenny Pickett. So that'll be interesting. I still don't know who's going to be calling the plays. It sounds like it'll be split, which sounds fun, by Tim Salem and Brennan Marion, who some would like to see be the new offensive coordinator going forward for Pitt. The latter, that is. So that'll be interesting to see how they handle those duties. Talking about Sparty already with Kenneth Walker out. Can or AY, do you know, is anybody else of note opting out for them?
Who's that?
No.
Michigan State. For Michigan State. Obviously, just Kenneth Walker. And I already mentioned Damari Mathis will be out for Pitt as well, but I don't think they have many others. And I think if COVID stuff does happen, we're not going to hear about it until day of, maybe tomorrow. So I don't even know. What are we picking this game at? I haven't checked to see. Pitt obviously opened around a 3.5-point favorite. And then the first domino fell, which is Mark Whipple leaving to go to Nebraska and not coaching in the bowl game, which is many read the tea leaves there. It went down to Pitt -1, and then Michigan State was favored, and I believe they are still favored. Let's see here. It's taking way longer than I thought. What is ESPN? What the weirdest setup? So we got all right. Michigan State minus 2.5, over under 56. I've gone back and forth on this since knowing for sure that Pickett was going to be out, or very sure that he was going to not going to play. It kind of goes back to the Syracuse game. If you guys remember, I said what I would do, but I don't think they will do for this game is just try and win it. And I think their best chance win. And let me elaborate on that. Win it by controlling the ball with what would be the strength and not putting too much pressure on either quarterback. However, because this is a very, very, very glorified scrimmage, they'll probably give Davis Beville.
I don't think it's a very glorified scrimmage.
Well, it's a New Year's Six Bowl, kid. You drive the train for New Year's Six Bowls in there.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a glorified scrimmage.
I said very, very, very glorified.
Okay.
Very, very, very glorified scrimmage.
I would say that Auburn game was a glorified spring game. Penn State's game would be a glorified spring game.
But would you say it was very, very, very though?
Extremely glorified, extremely glorified.
We're arguing semantics. AY is a hard out at 7, so I'll stop doing that. But I think they'll probably want to give both of those guys a chance to put some tape out there because it's definitely going to be probably in the best interest of all parties. You'd hate to see a quarterback who's probably going to transfer get neutered and have to hand the ball off to the 3 running backs, even though that's what I would like to see. A, because I think it's their best chance to win, and B, because I think I want to watch, a fast game be played. So I still think Pitt's going to win, despite them probably trying to throw the ball a decent amount like they had all year. And I think they're going to win by getting up early, which has not been the calling card. They've kind of either got their ass kicked defensively and had to keep pace on offense or got down in games. But I think come out, take the ball, go down the field, send a message, and then play from in front for really the whole game. I've got like a 34-24-ish type game.
Wow.
Pitt winning.
Wow.
Just because of what everybody seems to be saying about the Michigan State secondary, regardless of who's in or out.
They're bad.
And then they obviously going to have Addison again, Wayne, Kroll, and then I don't know who's going to be healthy. I presume Taysier Mack's going to be done since that was so long ago already that he got hurt, and I haven't heard any peep about him coming back to play in a game. So maybe Stovall, that was the other guy. So they've got weapons, and I think
Maurice Stovall.
Yeah, not to be confused with Maurice Melquise Stovall. So yeah, I think that's where we're looking at. Feeling pretty good about winning the very, very, very glorified scrimmage.
It is going to be AY. I assume you're taking Pitt here.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. I will go Oppo, you guys. I'll take Michigan State here, despite no Kenneth. I will say, that secondary is horrendous. I'm interested to see what different quarterback will do. No, it doesn't. I don't think it's mattered what quarterback they've had they've been playing against. They've gotten killed. The running back. I mean, Walker being out does hurt. Obviously, having a Heisman level candidate level running back out hurts. I do like Thorne. I like what he's done with Naylor and Reed. I like both of them. I like Reed a lot, actually. So I'm excited for what I think will be an up and down game. I'm taking Michigan State here. I'll go a 34-31 game for Michigan State here. So they will cover by hook.
All right, by hook or by crook. I also say this: the biggest thing I'm going to be looking at in this game is to see how the offensive line plays against non-ACC defensive fronts.
True.
Not that I don't think Michigan State's is that much to write home about either. The secondary gets the most ire, but see that because they made a big show of it coming back.
They did make
They're all coming back. They're all coming back. So okay,
it's all coming back to me.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Should we go back in time?
Back in time, 7 hours. Yeah.
11:30 kick. The battle for Carolina here. We've got Mack against Beamer. Beamer the younger, not Beamer the elder. Imagine if it was Mac against old Beamer. That'd be fantastic. Carolina, USC, Carolina. Getting 9.5 points here in Bank of America Stadium. Large stadium. Dan's home turf. Dan
I have been there twice now, yes. And many more to come.
Many more to come, you say, he's proclaiming.
I have my garb. Yeah, I've got my garb on here with the tag.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Santa brought it for me.
This one, I think 9.5 is too. Listen, South Carolina's gotten better and better throughout the season. They got some ugly wins there at the end. You know, that Auburn win, they killed Florida. So credit to them for those wins. I don't think they're that good. 9.5 points, I think maybe just enough though for them to squeak out a cover. So I will take Mac here with the win by 8. Let's go 38-30.
Okay.
Wow. I have Mac by 8 as well.
Make it 3. This is also a revenge spot for South Carolina. Remember, Sam Howell won his first game against Scar. I think Scar was like a 10-point favorite a couple years ago.
That Helinski. Was that Helinski playing?
Is either Helinski or Bentley, right?
Maybe, yeah, you're right, Bentley. Bentley got hurt, I think, in that one.
Yeah.
I think that was like Bentley's last start. He was like a fifth-year senior, and then he got hurt. All right, we got Tennessee against Purdue. Purdue getting 5.5 here. Tennessee, Purdue getting Karlaftis out as well as Bell, both declaring and opting out. I don't know if they've got any other horses. O'Connell's back, I think. He's coming back for a 6th year next year. But
Jack Plummer's gone, so there's no backup.
Jack the Snack.
Jack the Snack. Tennessee's had some momentum going into the back half of the season. I will roll with them here. I've got them by 2 touchdowns.
The other half of the Majors Classic wins this one here. Vol's big. Tennessee's not big enough for Purdue to really slay, so give me the Vols.
Yeah. I was looking. I just Google searched the Johnny Majors Classic apparel. So I can be wearing it whenever Pitt and Tennessee play next year. But yeah, I've got the Vols as well, with the opt-outs predominantly being the reason. And there's definitely mojo for Heupel.
Yeah, it's tough when your 2 best players, clearly 2 best players, are gone. Let's go to Vegas. On Wisconsin, Arizona State.
Ooh, I like this one. Penn State figured heavily into the discussions here. They were close to going to this game. Penn State did end up getting the Outback Bowl bid, so they went with Wisconsin inaugural. This is a sweet stadium. 2 of the heaviest beer drinking schools in the land. I will go Penn State SOS here with a Wisconsin win, and by 10 points here. I'll go 31-21 with the last touchdown being a defensive score for them to put it away.
Yeah, I think this is a tough matchup for Herm. His team showed no cojones, or very, very tiny cojones, the couple of times I saw them have to play against physical teams in Utah and in the Beavs earlier in the year. It's a tough matchup. And who knows? I guess, is he making it through, Herm?
Yeah, it sounds like he's he's surviving.
I think he was the first coach fired in like July, but I guess he's rallied. I don't know how they won eight games, just from what I mentioned.
I don't know either. Not a good vibe out there. Wisconsin, I know they had loftier goals, but I think if this defense sets their mind on playing, then it's gonna be tough for Jaden and Herm and Sparky to do anything here. So I'll go ND SOS as well.
All right.
Wisconsin by 10.
All on whiskey.
Yep.
Clean sweep so far.
Yeah, 9 for 9.
9 for 9.
Or I guess
I was
can't pick Michigan State,
but 9 for 9 on the non-holy tries.
This is a good one here. Friday, Can. Are you ready for this?
I am very excited for this. I may make the drive up to Jacksonville to stop. Come back now. Go for that. That is on the table.
That would be phenomenal. I hope you get there.
A newly minted Gator Bowl features Wake Forest, welcoming in Gers.
Gers making it to their best bowl game of all time by backing in. What's even better, Maryland beating Gers for bowl eligibility in a battle of 2 5-6 teams, or 5-5 teams. No, 5-6 teams. 2 5-6 teams. Gers losing and getting a better bowl game than Maryland. That is
phenomenal.
Good. That is good stuff.
That's why you study up, kids.
That is why Gers knows what they're doing.
Yeah. And I'm taking them. I'm taking the 14.
Oh.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know.
The knuckleballer comes in here. Maybe Woke does not run him over with the wagon.
Maybe.
Are they gonna have enough guys though? I presume they had everybody.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right.
They had most players on board with this idea before they accepted the bid.
I assume they did. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what do these guys even want to play this game?
How out of shape are some of these people already?
He called him up off the couch. These guys are coming in like the longest yards guys.
Yeah.
I am taking Woke. I will take Woke.
All right.
I think I'm gonna. Oh, jeez, that's a large number.
Yeah.
It's also a bad team.
It is a very bad team.
I'm gonna lay the number 2. I think we have a gross, just a gross like 42-20 game.
That's good. I like that.
I'll have that.
I'll have that.
How's that? Another newly minted New Year's Eve, just completely in the crosshairs.
Yes.
Of all kinds of things going wrong. But our Sun Bowl features Washington State, who's had one wonky year for sure, against the Chippewas, Central Michigan.
The shark fucker himself.
Yep.
McElwain going on up into going up in bowl order just like Gers and making it to the Sun Bowl. The oldest bowl game of the it's not the oldest bowl game, right? But it's like the second oldest bowl game, I think, right?
I didn't know that.
Sun Bowl, yeah, I'm not sure. My
on
team's
CBS,
played it twice, and I don't know.
They've had some classics there. Pitt's definitely has some classics. I will take this game. I don't know which way to go. I'll take Wazoo though. A little bigger than the 7. I fade the MAC. MAC has been absolutely ass this whole season.
Except for Miami. The MAC is 1-0 in classics. They're 1-0 in classics there.
Classics.
And they won the bowl game yesterday, so maybe they're heating up. I don't know. I'm going Wazoo as well, though.
We're all going Wazoo. I know they won yesterday. They played like Bishop Gorman from Nevada. That was not anything near the Pack squad. So congrats, Mac. You got one against the high school team. Wazoo, I haven't watched them much, but I did watch the first half of that Apple Cup. They were in it. They were firing. Fun to watch.
They definitely are. They got some, and they are the team that got their interim coach hired, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Correct.
I get them mixed up with Texas Tech.
So I do think, they're going to rally on board, keep this going.
Alrighty. Is Max Borghi still there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He scored.
Yeah.
All right. We are into the playoff semifinals. This New Year's Eve will be so awesome.
You want to do those now?
Are we doing these now?
Yeah, let's do them. Bama, Cincy.
Bama minus anything. Bama minus anything. I think they'll take a second to get going, just like that Georgia game, but once they get going, they'll get going.
I'm going Fickle here to condense the game, make some big plays on defense, or not give up some big plays on defense, one or the other, both. And I think Alabama's still going to win. Just trying to build a tease up there. But I will take the points for certain.
I think I'm laying the points out of spite here. Notre Dame getting railroaded by Bama 2 years ago, and I mean, let's be serious. Everyone gets railroaded by him, but I don't want Stingy to come in here and keep it close.
I agree.
I don't want to.
There's no way they keep it close. There's no way they keep it close.
I get it. The underdog who roots for the the Death Star. I never root for Alabama, but I just hope that
I do. I like Alabama.
I just hope that they put it on Cincy, and
You can't compare that Alabama team or this Alabama to that Alabama team that you lost to. My opinion, though.
no, that Bama team was.
That Bama team was the best offense.
They had a dial. They literally had a dial.
That's a good question. Would you take that offense or the LSU offense from the year before?
Probably slightly LSU, because it felt realer than Alabama. But
yeah, Alabama. Nobody was there to watch them last year, but they were freaking awesome.
That Bama team. I might lean the Bama team just because one, losing to them, two, they had a better run game.
Yeah,
true.
I don't think they keep. Like I said, I think it'll be it'll be close for about a quarter, and then Alabama will impose, as they do with everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess I realized in the last 2 pods ago I was mentioning how Bama struggled their O-line against LSU. Crazy how one game can erase all of those worries, which I get that. But that Georgia game was so impressive. It seems like they finally played to their capabilities. They figured it out. I don't expect that good of a band performance, but since he's not,
I will say they do not come out. I guess the one game in the playoffs, in the national title game, they got absolutely smoked. But they don't come out ill prepared in playoff games. I expect them to take care of business. Into Miami, I've got a friend that's on the boots on the ground here in Hard Rock Stadium. I wonder if the stadium will be open. It's a good question.
I think it'll be open.
It'll be open. Georgia. I mean, the roof. Sorry. Well, the roof.
They're going to try and not let Georgia fans into a football game being played in Florida.
We've got Michigan here. Nobody believed him all year.
Chief most. I put myself chief most. Ken, you kind of believed him.
I don't know. I did. I thought Penn State was going to beat him.
Well, yeah, but I mean, going into the year at least.
I don't think I believed them. I thought they were going to be yes.
All right.
But thank you for trying to give me credit. I like that. Michigan is basically the shorter version of Georgia. They're not. They try to do a lot of the similar things. You got a good 3-4 defense. They brought in the McDonald guy from the Ravens, and going from one hardball to another. He's done a good job. It's a good change of pace from Don Brown, who did a great job the past couple of years. 7.5. That hook is interesting to me. I do like where Georgia's going to be at now. I feel like Alabama's first loss of the season. Their first loss of the season came, and they may have renewed their focus, put their head on straight, wake up call that they can't just wake up or come out and beat everybody up, right? I think you're going to have a physical team here that'll have their attention. They've got Pickens back, who should be as healthy as he's been all year. And I'm interested to see what they're going to do. Seeing this Michigan team several times this season, they have gotten better, but there's the same team that won by 7 against Rutgers at home. It's the same team that was down to Penn State in the waning moments of the fourth quarter. It's the same team that has left a lot to be desired. And Georgia really, for their part, has only looked really bad for basically about a half of football this season. So I'm going to go with Georgia here to win by more than the 7.5. I don't think it'll be that close of a game. I think it'll be I think it'll be a 10-point game. I think it'll be a decent game. I'll go 31-21, Georgia.
I'm with you again, Ken. I got a 10-point game here. I want to buy into Michigan. Last 2 times we saw them, very impressive. So much better than what they were, like you said, against Gers and Penn State. And even against Michigan State, that was just a weird game. Even though they looked good and bad,
Yeah, they should have whooped Michigan State.
they
And
should have. That was just weird. And I do buy into this renewed focus for Georgia. I don't think you can have the season they had with the domination, the just defensive incredibleness all year, get shredded like that, and not be freaking fired up to come out against Michigan, who is not nearly as dangerous as Alabama. Playmakers wise, quarterback wise, they're going to line up, hit you in the mouth, and I just think Georgia's going to be ready for. Oh, obviously, going to be ready for it, but this is the kind of team they're built to stop, and it's a somewhat of a rock fight here. And Georgia, 24 to 15, 14, slight cover. Georgia. I think it'll be a decent game though. A pretty good game. I think Michigan can hang in there. Well, obviously.
I'll say this: I want the national championship to come from the winner of this game, for starters, and I think I'm going Michigan to win it all or win it outright.
Whoa!
Mainly because I think Stetson Bennett or JT Daniels, whatever they end up deciding to do there, or have to do if there's a COVID positive, I think they could be had, and we just saw that. And it's going to come down to Michigan being able to get into the 20s. And I think they could do it. I don't know how exactly. It'll probably require some trickery, some sleight of hand, and then one long drive to eat up a bunch of the game. It's my keys to the game.
I just saw UCLA got hit with some COVID, and now Holiday Bowl's off.
Yeah. I think did I erase that? I might have. If I didn't, I need to. Yeah, they are. That's canceled. That's a good point, Dan. If Bennett or Daniels needs to win them the game, I don't feel good about it.
Not even, I think if they need to get him into the 20s, it's not a shoo-in. I'll just say that. So I guess I'm putting a lot on the defensive front for Michigan, and just Kirby Smart being a Nickelodeon character and calling or not calling a good enough game, or having the coordinators calling a good enough game. And then there's always the added layer. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Is the defensive coordinator getting ready to go to Oregon?
Offensive coordinator. Landing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's calling plays.
And obviously, the blanket for both of these and all these games is, who knows? We're just finding out, like Cam just said, about the UCLA COVID stuff, and that game's off now. And that was supposed to start when? In 4 hours?
3 hours.
3 hours? So who the hell knows? Might be a waste of our time.
Yeah.
All right.
And Georgia, they have pretty big talent gap here, Ken, over the last 4 cycles.
I mean, I don't think it's as big as. I mean, it's a decent sized talent gap, but Georgia is like that with everybody except for 3 teams, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's it is what it is. All righty. On to New Year's Day. Opening it up. Why don't we go in order? We'll go with 12 p.m.
Yeah, you're going to.
Topper.
You're at 12, yeah.
And Topper. Penn State, you got a whole handful of guys out in this game. I mentioned Jaquan Brisker, Jahan Dotson, Brandon Smith, Arnold Ebiketie I did not mention, but he also opted out. The All-Big Ten performer. Fantastic year from him, the defensive end. Rasheed Walker out for injury, as I mentioned. This will be, as Dan said, not a highly glorified one. It'll be lowly glorified.
Maybe one very glorified.
It may not.
Maybe not a very, very, very. But
it may not be much glory to this spring game. Penn State, they're going to be getting a lot of young guys out there. I don't know how. I mean, I do know how they were favored up until just about a couple of hours ago. but because people still, or not people, a lot of the computers still like Penn State, but they haven't looked themselves or really good for the back half of the year, ending the year 2-5 on the year, winning 2 out of the last 7. It's been tough. They're going up against a team that is going to the bowl game for the first time in like 6 years, which I expect them to come out really, really amped up. They are without their all-conference receiver in Treylon Burke, which I is nice. This guy's, with like 5-6 XL hands. He wears 6 XL gloves, I think, or gloves that he can't even fit in because they don't make sizes big enough for him. I think there's another guy, I forget who's up and down. But other than that, this should be a team that's excited. It's flipped now. It's around 1.5 that Penn State is getting instead of giving. I mean, you can't really take much out of this, so you can't really predict it either. I mean, I do predict Penn State. I think they'll get run all over. I'm not excited. I mentioned Brandon Smith. Ellis Brooks also opting out of the bowl game, so both linebackers out. We see a lot of young guys out there. It's spring part 1 to the spring part 2 that will be in the spring. So I'm going to pick Arkansas to win here. I think they'll be much more motivated. It's their first bowl game in 6 years. I think they'll be excited. So I hope it's not a blowout. That is where I'm at.
I just like to pick the total in this game of under 48.
Whoa, really? I think Arkansas will be able to run it up on Penn State's defense.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to pick Penn State. I'm going to pick Penn State to win. Yep.
Well, if Can's picking Arkansas, then who am I to go against that?
Pittman.
The Pittman will have these guys fired up. He seems to be good at that. And if sounds like Penn State is treating this like Florida did a previous bowl game, their season is over. This is not the same team, as Dan Mullen said. So yeah, Arkansas win this game.
Did not go well for Mullen.
I'm not really big on Arkansas either. I guess just let Jefferson bowling ball downhill for 4 quarters and against this softer front that Can's saying. Yeah. So yeah, I'll take the Hogs under for the game to win by 8 or 9.
Okay. Welcome, Flash.
Welcome, Flash.
We get a hard out at 7:00. Otherwise, it would be more engaging.
We would be more engaging. All right, let's motor through here. We've got a couple more minutes here.
Well, AY's going to go.
AY's got. Oh yeah, AY's got to go. Oh yeah, AY's here at 1 p.m.
We're kicking off 1 hour later. Out west.
Fully try start.
The 11 a.m. kick in Glendale. No Kyron, no Kyle Hamilton. Hamilton hasn't been there for the last 6 games, so it's fine. Kyron, it's a big miss there. Not just, I know we got a real slow start to the season with the O-line issues, but as they have come together, he has gotten going more and more, and the things that he does in pass protection will definitely be missed. So Logan Diggs comes in, the future running back next year, him and Tyree. So we'll see what they can do. Cohen's last ride. A nice little run here. I don't know what they're going to do with Buckner. Do you want to get him involved? Play a lot of practice. And O-line mostly intact. Blake Fisher, Joe Alt. I read something about, I forget which one's starting. Left tackle. But Conehead will be under some pressure, again, with Kyron out. I mean, look, these guys are fired up. If the bowl game was 2 weeks ago, I think Notre Dame would have won by 24 just because of how fired up the guys were. Now that it's worn off a little bit, still, Freeman should be able to get them fired up. First game there. Okie State, not really scary. Spencer Sanders, not really scary. Can's all these guys up close. Decent little run game. An old defense, veteran defense. Where are they at? I mean, they couldn't punch it in against Baylor to get to the playoff. I'd be pretty upset. I'd be ready to go. But Maybe they rally. Either way, let's win a freaking festival finally.
Well,
Not that
you're
again,
not playing Ohio State anymore, so
I mean,
should
you
be
guys
a little
know
easier.
you guys know where I stand on these bowl games. But
Playing those
Luster,
top 5 Ohio State teams out in the desert isn't easy.
Luster is definitely off these games, even with all these guys out and everything. But just annoying to see these festival losses. Let's just win one and celebrate for 1 minute and get ready for next year. So I think the defense is fired up all game. Offense just enough in a pretty gross game. I don't see Conehead.
What
Probably
the defensive coordinator is calling the game, right, for Oklahoma State?
I believe so. Yeah, before he heads to Columbus. Yeah, he wants to get a fresh look at Notre Dame.
Oh yeah, getting ready. That's definitely how he sold it.
Yeah. Hey, Gundy, I'm gonna give this all my attention because my next job. I'm just gonna head start, so you need my full attention here. Yeah, whatever.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, oh yeah. Notre Dame by
he gets some early for next September. There you go.
Notre Dame by 7, and it feels a little safer than that. Screw it, Notre Dame by 10.
Notre Dame by field goal at the gun. The reverse Conrad Ukapina.
28-27 Irish.
Whoa.
Everybody's on the Irish.
Hedging P, only because it's easier to go with streaks than against streaks. But I will pick the Irish to pull it out.
Yeah.
I could see Oklahoma State playing in a one-point game.
Wait, you said 1-point game. All right, so not everybody's on the Irish. Sorry.
Yeah, good matchup for Notre Dame, I think. Nothing really too flashy here. Not a super deep talent pool. Just an old defense, which would be tough, but not quick strike like some of these teams, like a Woke Forest or a Pitt.
The Wolford Wagon. All right, we're going to speed through here, right?
Yep. We are down to, Citrus Bowl. This fucking game.
You're going to get a 4-word answer from me.
Yeah.
3 words to save a marriage from the Pope.
Kentucky by 4.
Kentucky by 4. Okay. Iowa.
Oh.
Iowa.
Me too. I'm on the word. Iowa Hawkeyes, gross, man. 16-15. I wanted to go 15-14 with 5 field goals, but I don't know if Petras can get them into field goals.
You need the 14-11 game, like the Michigan game.
Yeah, I think he gets them 3 field goals and they have a defensive touchdown or something like that.
Yep. All right, so we've got the 2 receivers out. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody else, but
Elijah Jigba is playing.
Well, he's a sophomore, so I assume he is.
Yeah.
Utah was getting 6.5. Now it's down to 4.5.
Yeah.
Because of the recent news, I believe. And so I will still go with Ohio State.
I think I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. I'm not getting in the way of this. And this is the here it is, the Julian Fleming breakout game.
Ah!
There it is. The townsfolk have been clamoring for it.
Right before he transfers back to Penn State.
I certainly hope so. All right. And then Baylor. Ole Miss 1.5 now. I don't think that they were favored before. Wasn't Baylor favored before?
It swung back and forth. Yeah, I don't know.
It's been hovering around even -1. Either way,
I'm taking Ole Miss here by 6 points here. 28-21.
Any of the
7 points. 28-22, something like that.
The 3 or 4 potential matchups for Pitt. This was the one I went in last, Ole Miss. So I might as well take him against Arander.
I'm going Baylor here.
Oh.
Arander and Co. have seen this type of team year in, year out. They know what they're up against. Kiffin, this much time to prepare. I feel like he just gets a little loose.
Loosey goosey.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's all there for this, so I'll take Baylor. Ride that momentum.
All right.
And then Tuesday, January 4th, this fucking game. Who's going to watch this game? I don't know.
I will watch it for. I don't
Go
know.
Deuce, go Cat. This is the battle of Can Tart here for number 2, right?
Yeah. Can number 2 teams.
Yeah. The Can Bowl. I can't pick. You can't make me pick this. Come on.
Predicted tie.
I'll go with my Cats here. No,
Why don't you pick it to be canceled?
Yes, I will. Yeah, go with the cancellation. You're right. I'll go with my Cats.
LSU does not have any quarterbacks, right?
I don't.
Or didn't Miles Brennan come back?
He's back,
No,
So maybe it'll be Miles Brennan.
Who's coaching for them?
I have no idea.
Ed O's been in Destin. He's been in Florida.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they play up for the new guy in town? A little extra spice in that gumbo this week.
I was hoping they'd have Kelly coached, if I'm being honest. He's done it before.
Dan, you remember earlier today I was talking about Andy and that new jacket he got that had the GPS thing still on it?
Yes.
The jacket is like a cool jacket. It's like a stylish jacket.
A bomber jacket?
It's a jacket that Brian Kelly would definitely wear.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Brad Davis is the one who's coaching this team.
Brad Davison, Captain America, coming over from Wisconsin. There you go.
Yeah. So, I'll just
right.
take LSU. What the hell?
You're taking LSU, Can
Yeah.
on the Cats.
I'm taking LSU too. Win one last one before Kelly.
Yep.
Alrighty. And we made it.
We need to fire in some more locks here because one of mine was canceled and the other one.
Yeah. I don't even know. I was not going to pick any more locks from being.
You have had a hell of a.
I had a bunch of them, and I don't know that any of them done well.
One didn't play. You're 0-1. One's starting right now.
Oh, the Zimas. Okay. What's the Zimas aren't playing? And then what's the one? Who did I even have in this game? Mississippi State?
Yeah, they're down 7.
I see that already. Nothing can be worse than that Oregon State. I was completely caught off guard by the Oregon State result.
Oh my God, the Oregon State. I'm locking up Tennessee.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I haven't done it in a while, so I will say I'll lock up Pitt.
Oh boy, here we go.
I don't even know the last time I did it. I don't think I did it this year or last year.
I'm locking up Ohio State.
Oh,
Okay.
All in with the townspeople.
We're just going through the motions at this point.
And I'll piggyback on Kansas, Tennessee.
ooh.
Vol Nation.
I wanted to lock up Michigan too, but
Do it.
well, we could find out they get 6 guys out with COVID. At least Pitt, I'm just being a homer.
We will be back one more time. Talk championship. Just talk recap. Just shoot it for a little bit. I have nothing better to do. Except tonight, I do. Holy Doc's
Happy birthday, Han.
Holy Doc's birthday.
Should we serenade her?
I
3
did
minutes
this morning.
left.
She wasn't happy.
All right, never mind. We won't.
Not a morning.
Well,
person.
we will say happy birthday to her by singing or by not singing happy birthday to her.
I'll let her know. So thank you for tuning in. Screw the road, man. And,
Yeah, I invited him.
Yeah, he's all talk. For me, AY, for Universal State Capital, Blue State, Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, to my west, Deberg,
Good night, all.
and Can to my east.
Enjoy. Happy New Year, all.
Happy Christmas. Happy New Year. We will see y'all next year.
Yep.
Have a good one.